Hello viewers, welcome to the 20th Anniversary Silverline video. Today we'll be talking about the Silverline's history, past, present, and what came before then. Sit back and enjoy the ride. Before the years 1987, the Orange Line ran above ground on Washington Street. Before then, the Southwest Corridor didn't exist. So the trains ran on the elevated structure down Washington Street in Forest Hills in the downtown area. The following stations were Essex, Dover, Northampton, Dudley, Eggleston, Green Street, and then Forest Hills. During the year 1987, the last Orange Line train ran on the elevated due to the Southwest Corridor being created. The elevated was torn down to make way and clear the way for the skylines. Many Bostonians say that this is a sad day because a piece of history is being lost, possibly forever. For one day straight in 1987, during the transition period, buses replaced service on the Orange Line south of the downtown area. The streets were packed with regular service buses and the shuttles. There were many traffic officers directing traffic. Actually, the next day, the Southwest Corridor opened to passengers. Between 1987 and the 2000s, the Orange Line elevated service was replaced with the Route 49 and Route 42. The 42 ran from Forest Hills to Dudley, while the 49 ran from Dudley to Downtown Crossing. Also during this time, planning for a new BRT route was underway. In the year 1999, the MBTA was experimenting with 4 new clean electric, hybrid, and CNG buses. The buses were numbered 5000 to 5001. The 5000 series buses were 1999 Orion 6s, while the 6000 series buses numbered 6000 to 6001 were New Flyer C40LFs. Upon these tests, the Orion 6 hybrid electric bus has proven to be unreliable, as they were towed back to the yard on many occasions. The C40LF was the MBTA's choice and was more successful, and thus was the selected bus to run on the Silverline. After years of planning and phases, Phase 1 of the Silverline finally opened on July 20th, 2002, making this the MBTA's first BRT bus line. 15 more buses were purchased by New Flyer in order to meet ridership demands in 2001. The buses were originally painted in white as delivered and were later painted into the Silverline scheme in preparation for this event. The 49 was discontinued and some of the stops were consolidated along the Silverline. Later in 2003, the MBTA's first articulated buses were purchased to run alongside with the C40LFs. The articulated buses are the Neoplan AN460LF CNGs. Fun fact, the Silverline is the only bus and first bus system to use fully CNG buses. Two years later, in 2004, the Silverline waterfront was open. That was Phase 2 of the Silverline plan. Even though there were plans to run the Silverline SL4 from South Station, Silverline Way to Andrew, that plan never came to fruition. It was ultimately scrapped. There were original plans to connect the Silverline from Silverline Way through South Station and have it come out the Tremont Pleasant Street portal, but that never happened. Instead, in 2009, there was a new route called the SL4 from Dudley to South Station. The Washington Street Silverline route was renamed to the SL5. The C40LFs were moved to other routes. In 2010, 25 New Flyer DP60 LFRs were purchased for service on the 28th. However, 3 of them were sent for the Silver Line. All 3 of them ran onto the Silver Line until their 2022 rebuild. All of them were repainted to yellow eventually, while the AM460 stayed on the Silver Line until the very end. By March 2017, all AM460 buses were removed from service as they were replaced by the New Flyer Excelsior XD60. In 2019, 5 XDE60s were purchased as an experiment to see how well the MBTA's battery buses can do. 1294 was also purchased in 2018 as the MBTA's also experimental extended range battery electric bus. I am aware that I missed some stuff about the Silver Line waterfront, but today's focus is the Silver Line's Washington Street. The long front will be covered in another new section. Also, on a side note, all waterfront buses, with the exception of the trolley buses, can operate on the Washington Street. This is all for now. Stay tuned for part 2, where we next talk about the Silver Line waterfront and the many routes that came after. Thank you for watching. Tell me what you like in the comments, and happy 20th birthday to the Silver Line, and have a nice day.